welcome back to my channel. First off, my face looks very orange on camera, especially compared to my neck. Cool. Let's just sit like this. So today, if you watched last week's video, or I did my Sephora Play unboxing thing, you would know that I got a new foundation to try out from Sephora, which is what is on my face today. Clearly the color does not match well. I'm super pale, and I thought that it was going to be okay. And it was, like, whenever I first applied it, it looked pretty okay, but apparently once it settles into my skin, not so much. I didn't really think powder foundations could oxidize, but apparently they can. So, sorry that I look a little creepy. Quite frankly, I'm too lazy to go fix it. So, hopefully this looks better once I get it on my computer than it does right now in the viewfinder, because it's kind of intense in the viewfinder. Anyway, I'm also wearing the primer underneath it that I got in that video, which I really like because I just like the formula of it and the way it makes my skin feel. The foundation itself, other than the color not being right, I don't think I'm a big fan of. I like my other powder foundation better, which I've used it in past videos, and it's the Skin Perfect something. I don't know. I'll like pop a picture of it up right here. That foundation has a much better coverage on it from what I found. This one doesn't seem to cover well. I felt like you could still see a lot of the redness in my face and a lot of just like my skin's texture, and I don't know, it's very much a light coverage foundation, and I just didn't feel like it really did much except for make my skin darker apparently, and very orangey. I don't know, like I said, hopefully it doesn't look as bad whenever I go to edit this, but right now it looks very orange in the viewfinder. So, cool beans. I'll be getting rid of that one. I've got friends that are probably a better skin tone for it than I am, so my pale little self just, it's not gonna work. Anyway, so this week I thought it would be fun to do like a little tattoo diary type of video, because I did recently get a new tattoo, so I figured I would just sit down and like talk about all of my tattoos and when I got them and what they mean, and yeah. Because they're not like, a lot of my tattoos aren't super visible in like my day-to-day life, like when I go to work and stuff, and that tends to seem odd to people whenever like I mention how many tattoos I have, because like after this last one I now have 6 tattoos, and people tend to think that's strange because they never see most of them, but it's just placement, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, so let's get into this. So my first tattoo I got in May of 2010. It was a few months after I turned 18, and like in the same month of when I graduated high school. It was probably a couple weeks before I graduated high school, and it is on the back of my shoulder blade, and it is this David Bowie quote. It says, "I wanted to prove the sustaining power of music," and then it's got this purple rose next to it with a music staff going around the bottom of it. And when I first got this tattoo, designed this idea, all that stuff, I went in with the idea that it could potentially be my only tattoo, because obviously I'd never done it before, and I didn't know if I was going to like totally hate the experience or, you know, just not feel the need to ever get one ever again. So I went into this wanting to just kind of put as much of myself into it as I could. Music is a big part of my life. I absolutely adore music. I listen to it all the time. I like literally can't give you like one specific type of genre that I prefer or anything. I seriously listen to everything. And I was in band in junior high, high school, middle school, all that stuff. So through like most of my schooling, I was in band. I played the flute and the piccolo. And I absolutely adore David Bowie. He was like, not even just like his music, which is what people tend to assume whenever you tell them that you are just like obsessed with a musician. They tend to think, oh, you must know all of his songs and all of his... It's not even the music. Like, I do love his music, but it was who he was as a person, and the fact that he sent out this message that it was okay to be who you are as weird as that person may be, or as different from what the world tells you you should be, that it's okay to just be yourself and to change up who you are whenever you want. And I love that message. Honestly, I cried so hard whenever he passed away, because I felt like the world and the following generations were going to be missing that. You know, they were going to be missing that person. They were going to be missing that influence of being told that it's okay to be who you are, exactly as you are. But then I've also realized since then that those of us that were influenced by him and others like him are the ones that get to pass that on to the next generation. So that was a big digression from where I was going with this tattoo, but that is why I picked a quote from him, because he is such an inspiration to me and my life and the way I express myself. So that's the meaning behind the quote. The purple flower is actually a memorial to someone who was very close to my family, who died when I was very, very young. So that's what the rose is for, and then the music staff was just a nice way to kind of like section off the tattoo, I guess. I don't know, I thought that it was really pretty. So yeah, that was the first tattoo that I ever got. And then fast forward to 2012, where I kind of went tattoo crazy. I got 3 tattoos in 2012. First one was in January of 2012, and I got the one that is on the front of my shoulder / collarbone. It's right in here. And it is over, basically like right above my heart. Oh, real quick, the one on my shoulder blade, pain-wise, it hurt really, really bad at the bottom of my shoulder blade, but because it's the biggest one that I've got, it definitely went numb the longer that they worked on it, and it just, like I said, eventually it just went numb and it just wasn't too bad pain-wise. But I mean, it was my first tattoo, and like I said, right along the edge of that shoulder, that bone there from my shoulder blade was painful. So it's another thing I wanted to make sure I cover with each of these. So this one on the front of my shoulder really did not hurt at all, like at all. It hurt a little bit whenever it got closer to this bone, but other than that, it was like super easy. But this one is the tattoo, well, the first tattoo that I have matching with my best friend Lisa. You guys have seen her here on my channel, but we just kind of randomly decided that we wanted to get best friend tattoos that were matching and really meant something to us together. Lisa and I have been best friends since junior high, and we wanted just something that would, I don't know, symbolize our friendship, I guess. So we got this tattoo. It says infinite, and it has an infinity sign. It's in the exact same location on both of us, and I love it. I like that it's something that we can easily see when we wear like certain shirts and things. It's very visible whenever we are together, and yeah, it's special, you know, like any best friend tattoo. And then fast forward to April of 2012, I got this tattoo on my waist. It is like right between my hip bones, pelvic bones, whatever you want to call it, and it is the inscription from the One Ring from Lord of the Rings. Basically, I'm just a freaking nerd, and I love the Lord of the Rings movies, and I thought it was really cool to have a tattoo done in Elvish. So that's what I did. The tattoo artist was really awesome to power through that, because he had never done a tattoo like that before, and I'm sure it's not an easy thing to do. So yeah, and that one did not hurt at all. Like, no part of it hurt. I almost fell asleep. So that was my third tattoo. And then moving forward a couple months into August of 2012, I got this one done on my hip type area, and this one is the other tattoo that is matching with my best friend, same best friend, Lisa. Anyway, we went to this fundraiser, actually. It was for the Arkansas Boys Ranch, I want to say, and it was done at Inkwell Tattoo Company, and they were doing various sizes of their logo, which is what this is on my hip. and you got to like, it was all donation based, and how much you donated depended on the size of your tattoo, and like, you know, donations between this much and this much was this one, you know, that kind of thing. Like the sizes had ranges for your donation. Anyway, that probably made no sense. And then you got to pick like 1 or 2 colors. I don't remember what exactly it was, but anyway, Lisa and I went together to go get these ones done, and I love it. I do want to eventually add on to this one and get like a quote going down my side that will end at it. So yeah, I think that would be pretty cool. The hip, I don't think it would have hurt to get the tattoo done if I wouldn't have been laying at the angle that I was at. The angle I was laying at, so he could easily get to the position without it being like weird or something, I guess, made it to where the skin was sitting kind of on my hip bone, so that definitely hurt. But I was also surrounded by a whole lot of people, so like I hit it pretty well. So I was like, I don't want to embarrass myself. Alright, my next tattoo was done in December of 2013, and it was actually for my birthday. My birthday fell on a Friday the 13th that year, and I was born on a Friday the 13th, so I thought it would be really cool to go get this tattoo done. It was actually a Friday the 13th special, so it was literally $13, and it's just this cute little pink bow on my leg with the number 13 in it. And yeah, I love it. I think it's very feminine and cute, and you really only see it when like I wear shorts or a bathing suit or dresses and skirts, I guess. So like in my everyday life when I'm just wearing pants, you don't really see it, but it's cute and it's there and I love it, and it's just like a representation of my birthday. This tattoo hurt more than I thought it would, but the nerve endings in my legs are really sensitive. I've talked to other people that have tattoos in these similar spots as this, and they said that theirs really didn't hurt at all. So I really think it's just because my nerve endings are sensitive. So if you have sensitive nerve endings, it's probably gonna hurt, but otherwise it didn't really hurt at all. And then finally, my last tattoo was done in March of this year. So this one is on the back of my arm, and it is a representation of my relationship with my mom. So it is a combination of our zodiac signs. I am a Sagittarius, which is why you have the arrow, and then she is a Gemini, which the arrowhead is one of the symbols for Gemini. And I just thought that that would be a really cool way to represent us, and the fact that she has led me throughout my life, you know, given me direction. Arrows, direction, right? Yeah. Anyway, I thought the whole thing just came together so perfectly, symbolically, and just, I don't know, it just seemed to fit and be perfect. And this is my most visible tattoo, which is why I've been getting more questions about them lately, is because everyone's like, oh, you got a tattoo, was it your first one? And I'm like, no, it's not. Not my first one. This tattoo didn't really hurt, it just felt like I was getting scratched by a cat, like a lot. A whole lot. But it didn't really hurt, it was just kind of like an annoying pain, which is what most tattoos end up being. So that is it for this video. I definitely have other tattoo ideas for like future things that I would like to get, but obviously it's just about timing and money and making sure it's what I really want. I do tend to just kind of like get these ideas and go with it, but I also tend to just be like very sure of them. Like I've had tattoo ideas over the past few years that I've been like, yeah, I'd really like to get that, but I like kept kind of pushing it off, not really being sure. Whereas like this last one that I got, I was just like, that's it, that's my next tattoo. And I just did it. So I don't know, I kind of just tend to go with my gut feelings on things, I guess. So yeah, anyway, rambling, surprise, I know. Anyway, if you guys have any tattoo stories or ideas or anything like that that you want to share with me, leave me a comment down below. If you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed to my channel already, make sure you hit that subscribe button, because I would love for you to stick around, and I make new videos every single week. So yeah, I guess that's it. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!